A 105-year-old gets her Stanford degree after 83 years. Most people finish college in their 20s. Virginia Ginger Hislop isn't most people. She got her Stanford degree at 105. It's a story of persistence that spans nearly a century. Ginger's journey at Stanford began in 1936. She enrolled in the School of Education. Her goal was to become a teacher. She completed her bachelor's degree in 1940. Then she immediately started her master's program. Ginger completed all her coursework quickly. She was almost done. All that was left was her final thesis. But then history intervened. It was 1941. World War II was in full swing. The war would change Ginger's plans dramatically. Her boyfriend George Hislop was also at Stanford. He was in the Reserve Officers Training Corps. George was called to serve in the war. They decided to get married. Ginger put her studies on hold.
I thought I could pick up my studies later, if I needed to.
Ginger explained. She didn't know that later would turn into 83 years. After the war, the Hislops moved to Yakima, Washington. They started a family. Ginger's interest in education was rekindled in an unexpected way. It began when her daughter Anne started first grade. This school suggested Anne take home economics. Ginger disagreed. She fought for her daughter to take advanced English instead.
She can learn to cook at home.
Ginger said.
Academic skills are more important at school.
This moment sparked Ginger's lifelong passion. She joined the local school board. She wanted to give all kids a fair chance at success. She believed everyone should have access to higher education if they wanted it. Ginger served on the school board for 13 years. Then she expanded her work to the city, county, and state level in Washington. She achieved many things in her career. She chaired the Yakima School Board of Directors. She helped found Yakima Community College. She even helped start Heritage University in Toppenish. All this time, Ginger's unfinished master's degree was forgotten. But fate had a surprise in store. Ginger's son-in-law, Doug Jensen, contacted Stanford. He asked if Ginger could still get her degree. It turned out that Stanford had changed its requirements. They no longer needed a thesis for the degree. Ginger had completed all the necessary credits back in the 1940s. She was eligible for her degree all along. On June 16, 2024, Ginger put on a cap and gown. At 105 years old, she walked across the stage. She was the only member of the class of 1940. The audience gave her a standing ovation.
My goodness,
Ginger exclaimed.
I've waited a long time for this.
Her entire family watched from the audience. Ginger has 4 grandchildren and 9 great-grandchildren. Her daughter and son-in-law are also Stanford alumni. During the ceremony, Dean Dan Schwartz praised Ginger's life of educational accomplishment. It's hard to disagree. Ginger has been working in education for over 80 years. Today, Ginger stays as busy as ever. She enjoys reading and gardening. Her son-in-law, Doug, is amazed by her energy.
At 105, she's still actively moving and shaking. No moss grows under her feet.